Hello, my name's Bubba Blue. I'm a musician and I enjoy reviewing people's albums. I wanted to come up with a way I could mathematically make sure that a review is right on an album, in my opinion. So I came up with a little way on a website called Tier Maker. I want to start off by picking an album I think might be a 10, I think might be a 5, and I think might be a 1 or 2. And then see if the math all works out and it is around there, so I can make sure that this way of reviewing albums works for me anyway. So we're starting off with Dave's album We're All Alone This Together. Came out on the 23rd of July 2021. When I listened to this album, I thought it was incredible. Really good album, one of my favorites. I've still got most of these songs in my playlist. So this is an album that I would say is, a 9.5, 10. I think it's nearly perfect. Maybe not perfect, but close to it. So let me explain how this works. You get the number of how many songs are in the album. For example, this album has 12 songs. You times the number of songs in the album by 4 to get a total. The total for this album is 48. Then you just put that number to the side for a second. So what I do then is divide that number by 2, or times the number of songs in the album by 2. Whatever, so you get half of that total number you had, which in this case was 48, so we halved it, now it's 24. Keep those numbers separate. So what I'll do, I'll listen to a song. If I think it's mid, I'll put it in mid. This does not affect the album's score. If I think it's not a great listen, couldn't get through to it, it was bad. It was bad. I put it in not a great listen, and that takes 1 off the score. So if it was 24, it'd go down to 23. If I think the song is trash, just one of the worst songs I've ever heard, it was a struggle to get through it, or I couldn't even get through it, you put it in trash, and that takes 2 off the score. So if the score was 24, it'd go down to 22. If I think the song is bloody good, maybe even great, nearly good enough to go on the playlist, I'll put it in bloody good, maybe even great, and that adds 1 to the score. So if the score started at 24, you'd add 1, it'd be 25. If I put the song in my playlist because I just think it's that great, the very top you could get, and it adds 2 to the score. So if it's on 24, it goes up to 26. Once we have all the songs on there, we do the math. And you know what? I'll listen to this album quickly, and I will work out how I would have all these songs in which tier, and then I'll do the math. So I've listened to the album now. As I expected, nearly perfect. It's nearly perfect. I nearly got every single song on my playlist. The only songs that didn't go on my playlist was 3 Rivers, Both Sides of A Smile, and all the rest from We're All Alone to Survivor's Guilt, all in my playlist. So let's do the math now. So it starts at 24. I add 1 for 3 Rivers, 1 for Both Sides, that's plus 2, we're at 26. Now there is 10 songs here. Each is worth 2 points. So that's 20 points. So I add 20 to the 26. We're at 46. 46 out of a possible 48 points got. So we simply divide 46 by 48. And the score that this album gets is a 9.583333. We'll round up. It's a 9.6. Which I'm really happy with. That's what I thought it'd be. I think I said 9.5 to 10, so it fits. So far looking so good. Let's go to an album that I thought was pretty mid. And it's a recent album that came out, Macklemore's Ben. I don't really care for Macklemore. Never really was a big fan of him, but I've listened to his album. I thought it was pretty mid. I'll do the score now, and we'll see if it actually was mid. Okay, so I finished the album. And it is pretty much as I expected. Most of the songs went into mid. Only one song was able to make it into my playlist. That was Faithful. The first time I listened to it, I was like, yeah, it's bloody good. Maybe even great. I don't know if it's going on my playlist. But the second time hearing it, I was like, you know what? It deserves to go on the playlist. It's a pretty good song. This video is just going to be me making sure the scores work. If you want to see any of these albums, there's another one after this that I think is trash. If you want to see me actually fully review each song, what I like, what I don't like, why songs are where they are, leave a comment on the album you want done. I will be doing more albums just like that with a better review, me actually listening to it, putting it in. This is just to get an understanding of where albums are. So let's do the math. If it's a mid, doesn't add anything to it. There's 15 songs in total. 15 times 4 is 60. So that's our total. So we dropped that to 30. Mid, don't add anything. Not even great. There's 2 songs there. We take 2, we're at 28. There's 4 songs in bloody good, maybe even great. We add 4, we're up to 32. Plus in the playlist, faithful, we add another 2, we're at 34. So 34 out of 6 sounds pretty mid, and it is. It equals 5.7. Close to a 6. I'm happy with that. That's mid. Yeah. I think that's a good review for Macklemore's band. So now we go to an album that recently came out that I think isn't great. And that's Lil Yachty's album, Let's Start Here. I actually enjoy a lot of Lil Yachty's music. I like a lot of the songs, but this album just isn't really my style. When I listened to it, I wasn't really, liking most of it. I thought, there was some good bits, but it wasn't that great. It just really is not my style. So, let's see if it matches up how I think it will. And yeah, as I expected, it's not a great listen. One of the songs, the 9th song of Officially Lost Vision, I actually really enjoyed. That's why it's some bloody good, maybe even great. Couple songs mid. The rest is just not my vibe, not what I listen to. So instead of talking out the mouth with you, I'll just tell you what it equals. It is a 2.3 out of 10, which is pretty much what I thought it'd be. I thought maybe it was going to be just under a 2, maybe like a 1.8 or something, but a 2.3, that's pretty decent. I actually, you know what? I rate that. I think this works very well. So once again, if you want me to do a better breakdown of those albums, why they got those scores, leave a comment. If you enjoyed the video though, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Man on a mission, creeping, go missing. Better keeping your distance. Staying consistent, I need the assistance. Ticking it all on my wish list. Man on a mission, creeping, go missing. Better keeping your distance. Staying consistent, I need the assistance. Ticking it all on my wish